if you've got a good sized district, then you go school by school, regardless whether it's elementary or high school. You'll probably see that some schools have a higher union participation rate than others. Obviously, it would be easier to get things going in the schools that don't for whatever reason. And then, but you have to include everybody, because I mean it's going to be a vote of the entire bargaining unit, and the bargaining unit is made up of whatever the contract says. Like that's already predefined for you, unless you're organizing a new union, which is not at all what we're talking about today. Whatever groups of employees are stated in your contract are who you're going to be talking to. And to go back to the last question that you said, what can you do at the school board level? The school boards are kind of tricky as well. It's whether or not they're friendly. If you have a union, 100% of the time, they will demonize the school board to all of you. And that's because that's their business model. It is us versus them. Them has to be the enemy, when in reality, most of the time, them was elected by the union in the first place. They're 100% their friends. They're doing what they said. But it doesn't make sense that way, because you don't need them otherwise. So there are places like Colorado and here in Virginia where school boards have a lot of power to enact local policy, but school boards everywhere do have power over things like release time, whether or not you're paying the union officers as if they've never left the classroom. They have things like negotiation power over facilities access to some degree. Most states they do not have, but some states they do. They can negotiate for payroll deduction and things like that. But a lot of times, in most states, like it's state law that governs whether or not the school board could actually end that relationship, and it usually has to be done through the election process.